Game 2, guys. Game 2 of LPL Grand Finals, baby. BLG up 1-0, and Mr. Elk absolutely shit on them. Holy. They ban it. Give me a second to do the bans, just because, like, again, this VOD is going just a little bit further in. They ban Lucian, so they don't want them to have it, which is funny just because he absolutely destroyed them, and then he's banning it. Varus ban, Kalista ban. So they ban Varus in response to Kalista. TK, interesting. That's pretty interesting. I guess they're worried about them having a Senna TK with other options. TK, huh? I wonder what they're looking for based on that. Like Zyra Khan? Ari, so this is a consistent ban versus Knight. And then Jax for Bin. So they're doing 2 target bans. They're spending 2 target bans, and then they're doing a power ban, right? They're doing a reactionary ban, they're doing a power ban, and then this is a target ban. It was, I mean, I won't lie, his TK wasn't half bad. Like, his Devour timings, especially with Azir, were, like, I know, like, that's, like, the only thing he could possibly do, but I have to say, the timing and the way he made sure he was in position to do it was good. So if that's why, I mean, like, I guess. The Nautilus first pick. This also opens up Senna. They're not going to take Senna away.
It's probably going to be an AD.
We'll see how that goes. What would they take in response to this? So Azir was not bad. And Knight's Talia was fine, but I was not, like, in love with Talia. Like, he definitely, like, screwed up some situations. He also did well in some situations. I guess I would say it's probably like an 80-20 performance overall. It's probably still worth it to go in if they have it. Is there any priority ADs? I mean, like, if you're expecting Senna, you're picking what? Zeri or... I mean, but Zeri into Nautilus is like... I mean, it's fine. Zeri, Jinx, are we just going that route with them? Or are they picking, like, Kai'Sa? They're good. No way. What are you gonna pick with it? What? Oh! Are they gonna do something really weird? Like, they're gonna do double ADC with Senna? Azir. I mean, they took away the Senna, so I'm gonna go Kai'Sa, right? I mean, the thing is, Kai'Sa, like, has limited range, but with these 2 picks, you can kind of get on top of them, and then you're going to pick what here? I mean, there's no way this guy gets saved by anything, so you take the Vi. Vi, Nautilus, Kai'Sa, you have Talia. This is Cream. I don't know Cream's pool that well. Talia, Nico. If it was Knight, he could play Syndra, but he's not going to play Syndra. I don't think Cream plays that. LeBlanc actually is kind of good. Low-key, like, this champion... especially into Senna without any protection, is pretty damn good. We'll see. Because if you drop jungle, your jungle pick's going to be kind of shit, I feel like. I feel like it wouldn't be the best. And there's not a lot of, like, power in... But then again, at the same time, I feel like if you drop mid, also... Like, the picks are pretty limited. We'll see. Ah, there we go. Okay, sick. So they're gonna take the Vi. I feel like it's better just because it latches on, and then you take Kai'Sa. Like, it has to be, right? Jinx? I guess. So my only worry about taking Jinx is, like, it's not like she's, like, that overly strong. So now they can go a pretty, like, aggressive bot lane with the Senna, and I don't know. We'll see.
Is there a point where you overbuild too much when it comes to...
What's he gonna do? No. No, we had nothing in store for this? It's just Ornn? Ornn support? Or Ornn carry? Oh, man, we might as well just FF this game and go into game 3, like... Does that actually win? That doesn't do anything. The Nautilus will just chill out, and then you'll just grow as Jinx, and I don't know, that just looks bad. Okay, anyways, they have Ornn. They might double flex it, though, because Ben has played Ornn. Your target bans are probably Renekton, You probably do look at a Renekton ban. It was kind of annoying. Unless Bin has like other picks at hand. Rumble's also open, so maybe you don't have to ban Renekton, you just have to wait. You'll ban something else, probably. And that ban is probably the Talia. Probably. The Kali. Interesting. That's actually not a bad ban. I mean, if they pick a Kali, you'll get push, but I will say, like, right now, like, these champions don't necessarily do the best into that. That's actually not a bad ban. Because I'll be honest, I don't know Cream's pool, so, like, I don't know, like, how often he plays melees, or how good he is at melees. That's not a bad ban. Aatrox. So they're pumping up the Renekton now. But you do have Rumble. But the thing is, if they ban Rumble, then you have to take Renekton. If he takes Renekton, what does 369 have into this? Gragas? And I feel like Gragas actually be really annoying. I feel like getting rid of it is nicer. But we'll see. They might just do another mid-ban, Talia ban. Okay, so they do ban Talia in the end. I mean, it is a good pick, a general pick into all this. So they're willing to just let 369 get what he wants. And at this point, it's probably Cassante. I mean, what do you take as jungle? They're gonna play Viego, aren't they? I mean, he could play Maokai as well. I mean, if like he really wanted to, he could just play Maokai again, which Wukong. I mean, 80 is definitely better, and did not think about a Wukong. Wukong. Shit. Dude, this is a Malphite angle for the ages. No, like, Azir, Senna, Wukong. What the hell is this guy gonna play top? I guess he could, like, no one plays Fiora. He could play Gwen into it, I guess. And maybe he gets overtaken. I'm sure 369 is worried about the idea of Bin playing a carry into him. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, god damn, like, champions like Malphite really do have a lot of sway into comps like that. Even Gragas is still, like, not bad. Like, Gragas can lane into most things. They're going with the crocodile still. Okay. I mean, sure. I mean, like, I understand, like, what it can do. So, Orianna. Wei. I feel like Wei is not as good here. And I say that in terms of that a lot of Wei's strength can come from just the fact that CC is so broken. But if he's gonna do EQ at them, like this probably won't hit, this probably won't hit. I don't think he has like the best targets. So Orianna doesn't sound half bad. Doesn't sound half bad. I do kind of like LeBlanc Nico. I won't lie, I do kind of like these champions still, but I don't think he's gonna go that route. Chose Wei. Not my favorite. You know, Rumble's open, by the way. Like, he is open. Rek'Sai? Interesting. So, if you pick Rumble, you don't really have a front... Well, actually, you do have Ornn. So Ornn can play defense, and you have Rumble into this, and you don't really care about what's happening bot lane, because nothing's going to happen. So having a premier top pick sounds pretty nice, but I guess we're going this route, and I gotta say, overall, you know, Rek'Sai is not like the most useful in fights, and definitely way more prone to just doing fuck all into Wei. But then they have Ornn and Wukong engage. I really don't like the Wei. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this game. I'm like, I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm not 100%. Grasp? Azir. Am I just like a dumbass? Like, so everyone is just going this so they can go the tank build. I will say the tank build is actually... Nah, I hate it here. Nah, I definitely still hate it here. Because he has triple, like, it's not like Wukong's a frontliner, but he creates space. So like he has plenty of space creators for him to hit, and it's kind of annoying that like he's goaded. And then on, I mean, yeah, I mean it is what it is, right? Like they don't know that they're in there, right? Or did he see them walk in? He saw them walk in. There's no point on walking here. Just literally see if they're gonna ward, and that's it. That's all you have to do. There's like no value like crossing into this other than the idea that, and also Wukong literally saw Vi here, so once you see Vi there, what's like, just see if they're gonna ward. That's it. Just see if they're gonna ward. So he lost a bunch of HP for fun, so that was really neat. He lost 40% of his HP for fun. Oh, that's interesting. Well, they know that Wukong, they know he's down here, right? Yeah, because they got leash. So they know he's down here, steals the red away, and he gets a ward to know that he's on Raptors, steals 2 camps, and now he needs to either commit to topside or go into bot. They see a ward. I'm kind of annoyed that Vi is, I mean, Vi could have played this slower. Like, Vi doesn't need to use her Q, because if she saves her Q, she can hop over the wall and start running down here faster because she has to walk all the way around. And we know this is gonna happen. So the next thing we're gonna see is Maiko or whatever is gonna like go and protect this. And Cream, I assume Cream has his.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Cream is not gonna die to it, but should get in some.
There's a chance that Jackal and Mako come back with some extra combat stats.
So he uses this to dodge the ward. But the thing is that he fails to see. Oh, the thing that sucks is like he's just gonna throw the fear at you. He saved his E, which was good. Saved his W. Used a ton of mana though. That's gonna suck. Like Cream has like no mana to play with, so he's gonna have to WQ, or sorry, WE to get some of that back. So Azir has a lot more presence on the Cream, which will be annoying. Now Wukong can start this. I don't think he can take it in time. Yeah, here comes Maiko. He needs to stop hitting this. What the fuck's he doing? Dude, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Stop hitting the damn Raptors, man. Is that actually smart? He could have hit this, he got an aggro, and then he could have just started dipping and letting this pull, and that would have been enough. Like, then this guy's gonna chase back and waste even more time. Also, Tien doesn't want to come and join this, because to me, it's like, Tien can be here. Like, he could have just queued over this, and he'd be about here right now. And he'll still have time to meet them here. So why is he just like accepting this? What is he benefiting from this from? Now they have bot push, but that's mostly just because they based. They cheater recalled. And now Jinx needs to go back bot. And so they have this built wave since Nala spent this time, but ideally they would have shoved them out already. And now he also loses red. And now he also dies. Dude, holy shit, Tien. Like, what are you actually doing, man? Like, are you... What a... God damn, dude. That's crazy to do that in a finals. That's actually crazy to do that in a finals. There's no way he dies like this.
Taking the red buff. They're going to push them out so Tien can't get the smite steal. Oh, double knockup from On. That's huge. And now Tien, he has to
dude, unreal. Unreal. And then, of course, Nautilus is now semi-fucked from that, so he has to base. It's crazy, dude. I mean, they had a cheater recall. Literally, the plan is set. You're playing for jungle camps. Like, literally, you're bot lane, cheater recall just to ensure they could protect your, like, your Raptors. And then you didn't even move for it. Like, unreal. And keep in mind, you know, Senna's with them for the grubs. She's gonna get a lot of benefit from getting, like, these things, right? And so this guy has to flash now because he decided to take one. Really dumb, by the way. Like, the second he, like, leaves the situation, and I'm sure, like, if I look at topside, you know, his Renekton's off his base, like, he's already here, right? And there's 20 seconds to play around. I'm sure Tien looked mid maybe once, but top lane settled over. It looks like 369 had to get shoved out or pushed out in this situation. And even if they're getting bot plates, that's okay. Like, if Senna's benefiting from stacks, and we knew this, like, going into this, that, like, bot lane's not going to do anything, right? Like, for the most part, probably nothing's going to happen bot lane because they chose Jinx, not Kai'Sa.
That's my favorite TV show. It's educational.
League of
it's
Legends
exciting.
Telegrubbies.
It's everything.
It's a Telegrubbies, man. There's a good episode.
No,
It's Saturday.
absolutely not. Not acceptable. Cream cannot be doing this. It's very evident that these guys need to cross back and protect him. They're either going to base or cross back. There's wards here, so obviously they're not doing anything funky going top. Yeah, they could be going this way. Yes, like I said, they could base and run this way. But because he already got his item, probably really unlikely. And, like, they even pinged the Raptors, right? So, like, yeah, they could just be hitting the Raptors too. But if you're Cream, just play it safe. That's okay. Just play it safe. Not a big deal.
League of Legends Telegrubbies.
Just chill out. You don't have the knowledge. Just chill out. So now you lose your flash. And now you become a play on the next shuffle. Wow, he went a little...
No way. One more auto attack and Elk gets him right back.
Oh man, that's rough. So Elk actually got here in time.
Try to carry back on a Mako. Nice double knock up, Jeffy Love. He takes the extra tower shot, but he do get the kill. He up 1-1.
So we're just talking about Tien mid lane.
He's trying to find an angle here. Knight's gonna burn his.
Knight loses his flash, so Knight gets the shuffle, and the wave is still awkward. And Wukong leaves.
How do we recap all of what's happening here? So I'm getting everything. Nice.
That's a nice flash.
Doesn't get the shove back quite back, but there is going to be that flash away all the same. So how do we recap all of what's happening here?
I'm pretty sure Senna needs to stay with him for this next wave, because even though he got the Cream's flash, Cream has good conditions. So they actually need to play for this next wave, but they abandon him, so then he has to lose his flash. Of course, the benefit is the fact that Elk actually got to kill bot, but, you know, and then of course On had TP, so he's already back here. And
what do you want from me?
Right, he TP back. Yep. On has TP.
Somehow, in no other game, it's supposed to be the fastest center. Everybody gets to a point where you're not necessarily getting all the gold in pockets. Critical help you get to
Get some souls under his belt as well. I think it's so huge. Any lead in bot side, both of them have one kill piece now. You want to check in on jungle path right? At least for the moment, it is opposite sides for both junglers. There's some presence down bot side for Shin. We'll be spotted out by the threat. That's important. And playing against heavy engage pumps without vision control. League of Legends is no longer a strategy game. It becomes a horror game. It's a survival game. We decided, like, oh, is there going to be some monstrous bribbly thing in the dark? Yes, there will be sometimes. Right, we need a horror game now.
That'd be so great. I mean,
Alright, Tien, what are you gonna do, my man? Like, what are you actually gonna do? After all this settles, what are you gonna do?
Get some souls under his belt as well. I think it's so huge. Any lead in bot side, both of them have one kill piece now. You want to check in on jungle path right? At least for the moment, it is opposite sides for both junglers. There's some presence down bot side for Shin. We'll be spotted out by the threat. That's important. And playing against heavy engage pumps without vision control. League of Legends is no longer a strategy game. It becomes a horror game. It's a survival game. We decided, like, oh, is there going to be some monstrous bribbly thing in the dark? Yes, there will be sometimes. Right, we need a horror game now.
That'd be so great. I mean, what, do you remember the like,
dude, that was the most terrifying cinematic I've ever seen.
That was some really spooky stuff.
So he doesn't risk the red because he's worried that the red could be the first play, like the first camp that Jean goes to. Jean skips the top side entirely because his Azir has no flash and they don't know where Vi is and they expect Vi could be level 6. So I don't actually mind this. Especially if they think that maybe this could be warded. It's pretty good, like, forward thinking in a way. It actually kind of is.
It's important. Playing against heavy engagement.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It really gets I guess that first blood go over. We've got an ult to stop the back, but is it gonna get it? It's too late. I appreciate the thought. Doesn't stop.
Huh. Yeah, it's pretty good.
League of Legends is no longer.
This is pretty good. I just wanted to make sure I had all the information correctly. But I don't mind this, because it really does prevent a play from happening. And yeah, he shows on vision, but in the end of the day, you know, at least you kept Azir safe. Now Elk's on the wave. Grubs is coming up, and Senna's here to get the grubs. They know this, and instead of fighting it, they're going into... Well, they're getting another kill, and Jinx is gonna plate up, and this is obviously great for them in the end, right? Like, I'm pretty sure most would be very, very excited on the idea of getting full plates for Jinx, accelerating her growth, and, you know, like, On can't really do anything either. So, now Renekton dying is, like, pretty inexcusable. Like, these guys just showed, and then they're still not even crossing through mid, so they're clearly going top. So, like, once this happens, like, he just needs to run. Like, he could just start running. Also, ideally, you know, after they kill, like, On, like, here, and Jinx can hit this, Nautilus bases. Like, Nautilus should be hitting B, and he should be already going top. Tien also could base, because when's the last time Tien based? Tien had 50 CS here. Ah, Tien doesn't really have a base, does he? No, he really doesn't. If I'm Tien, I'm probably running to my red. You also could hit B2. I mean, it feels a little bad because he doesn't have, like, much to get. But it would be really nice to go topside and, like, re-secure this just for Renekton. Because this guy's fine. Like, he took this. He's fine. You don't need to do anything for him. There's no TP plays that can be done. I don't know. Personally, I feel like they really should have deployed top. And, like, they go for this, and this guy lives. And Renekton didn't leave knowing this is going to happen too, so now he just randomly kills himself. That feels really bad. And keep in mind, they do have... What? They have 5 grubs, so they will actually melt turrets. So the time that it took for Jinx to kind of finish that off, they blow this shit up. And now that they shove this out, and Herald's not for 3 minutes, and Dragon's coming up in a minute, they're gonna go back bot. Rek'Sai will go top, Jinx will try to farm out more plates. They also could just match, in theory, I guess. They could match. I'm trying to think if Bane can just hold this on his own. Because if Senna and Wukong deployed bot and they overtook this, and you're playing for another dragon and you're not really caring about defending, is it a problem that Jinx is getting this much gold? You also could have sent Senna mid. I wonder if there's a timing in which they could have done that.
Still, it's going to be first turret over the side of Jackalope. It's a lot of play force in regards to even out that score. Gold on the scaling count.
Because Azir is really low, so he's going to base here, right? I mean, he can take another wave if he really wants to and base, right? And he could just walk bot, and Ornn could literally walk mid, and Senna goes there, and then you play from there. And it's not bad. Like, Renekton doesn't beat this Azir. Like, that's for sure. Like, he's like, there's a 20 CS difference. Huh. It's not going to go over well for Renekton. It will give Renekton a timer for a little bit, but that seems a lot more, like, able. Like, having them here, they're trying to shove this out, but my Rek'Sai will take one wave, then Azir will be a little late, then he'll be able to shove this out. You come and take over this. You can always answer here if you really want to, or you can attack this. Like, you have a lot more options. But their choice is basically to just full-on, like, defend top with Senna. And I feel like that's a little limiting, because it's like Rek'Sai Senna just sounds so terrible. Like, they do get the dragon in the end, which I guess is, like, cool. I guess we get the dragon, because they're overloading top. But, I mean, can they also react better to this? Like, when Tien is coming from base and he has item, you know, I'm probably going to move up for this next wave. I'm not going to move through here. I'm going to move up here, straight up, and just, like, can we just go and kill him? Because he's going through mid, which I feel like is not correct. Like, if you're going to do it this way, I feel like you would have gone through lane, and then you would have just walked up and tried to kill him straight up. Or, like, you know where the Nautilus is? Like, Nautilus would have been able to move through this because Vi would have been right behind him. And, of course, you know, Wukong can answer, which is something to consider. And I'm also trying to think, can Hui be involved in this? I mean, Renekton can be involved in this. And then once Azir TPs, Actually, this is not. This is pretty good if BLG did or Tess did this. What a shame. Because, you know, he has TP, right? So if Orin starts swacking bot, not a big deal. If you create a situation where numbers have a fight and your Renekton can TP in, your Zir cannot be a part of play because he's TPing here, it's a really good play for Tess. But Tien is just like, whatever this guy's doing, he's doing nothing. Like, he's like really not doing anything correct. Like, the only play I'd say that he did correct was like going into bot and killing the Ornn once.
Okay, I was wrong. He's not in trouble. He has ghost. It does, because it's like, oh, hang on. I didn't have as much XP as you. I've crossed that number of times, but you can see that he is becoming a bit of a split. Map vision being put down across the board as well. You can see, again, just try to get these angles inside. The Tian trying to catch him out.
Also, this game must be really short because there's literally only 12 more minutes. Like, this game actually ends in 10 minutes or so.
Tien, this game has looked a lot more like what TS have had in the past, where he's looking for aggressive invading things like that. That has been a stark difference for me in this series than he saw from the last one. Both teams are kind of willing to play the opposite side of the map, where in the last one it was all about going to the same place and having big 3v3, 5v5. And, you know, both these teams, they're happy to go towards the 3v3s and 5v5s. They have incredible initiators and carries to leverage them. Every time I've seen top esports in the final setting looking at this stuff, it's yeah, you know, like that huge matchup, it's not there. All rivals in terms of that must be a hit, I think that's good too. Like, it has been about an 80 carry centric backline front to back team fights. You know, just
I don't know.
we had 9,000 down team fights, both 80 carries happening at the same time.
I actually don't know. Vi hasn't pressed R once. Not once. In 14 minutes, if my Vi hasn't pressed R once, there's some kind of issue. And Jean is doing it... No, Tien did it with Viego. Jean, like, if we're going from the 1250 state, you know, we have Elk in mid. Elk has 55. Not bad. 55 is pretty good. 55 is pretty good. These guys are on midway first. We're sacking this just a little bit, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Jean is playing for the crab. He's farming well. Azir has pushed first, so he could go through bot. And he actually spots Cream on the... Why would Cream move now? If Cream was gonna move, he would have already moved. And then if Cream was moving this way, up, his TP. He would never do this. If you're playing for Herald, but the way Tess is doing, I'm almost certain, like, either Cream should have moved now, like, right after the push to start going, and then naturally, you know, because he needs to connect, like, when they're doing this vision contest here, and they shove this, Maiko should actually still, like... Two things need to happen. Like, I mean, actually, he doesn't even need to do this. Like, you know, I'm saying, like, he can position on top side, but he has 2 wards left, and he has, like, this vision here. So because you already have reasonable vision to spot if they're moving into that, I'm sitting around here so this guy can move into my situation. And if this guy shoves deep enough, maybe he stays, but at least you're, like, a human ward and chilling, right? The way they're doing it is he's like shooting straight in the top side already. And now there's this huge disconnect where you have 3 members here, and then this guy's just sitting here. This guy can move for Herald easily, right? Like, it's not a big issue, but he is like the outcast. And they're kind of just letting him hang out to dry. And that's why Jean has this like play, because Jean's like, we don't need to go to Herald yet. Like, there's still plenty of time. And we also don't necessarily need Herald. Technically, we don't need Herald. Dragon's not coming up, by the way. We don't need Herald. And maybe I can find a play if this guy moves. Like, it's just a one-off chance, like, oh, maybe so. And so you notice, like, Maiko's finally moving over, but he's late. Like, you know, they cleaned this vision, and he's coming over just because the vision got cleared, but he's late. And this guy gets played on.
A little bit in between trouble, but does end up finding what the hell? 369 rather. Cream flashes, gets the fear off. Donnie's shadow to get the kill. Oh my goodness.
And he's dead. Just like that, he's dead. So they get Herald, but Quay dies. Now they fully shove out bot, and they're playing for Dragons.
But he has been able to take the end pass and have these aggressive moments.
You know, Shun has been such a core piece of how this team plays, getting into the jungle. The rest of it, it's Shun absolutely the same thing as well. The Wukong Q skirmishing prep, basically 100 to 0 at the end mid lane run. Now, talking about Shun on a level as well, I think BLG are a team which have tried to kind of acquire successfully in X-World champions, bring out Uzi from retirement, but they have developed Shun themselves in part. And honestly, this pack is excellent alongside bot lane. BLG have been using that to really build something special for themselves for the last couple of years.
It's been a really nice pickup from the IG developmental system. Another missing at the top. Esports are wishing he wasn't on BLG right now, as he's had an incredible start to this
Anyway,
game.
congratulations. We're gonna Herald mid, and it does nothing. Like, good God, guys, come on, man. We can't be using our Herald this way. Like, if you look at top side, Renekton has Black Cleaver, this guy has Sunfire, right? In this case right now, what it looks like, I don't know if they know that... Oh, he probably is gonna base, because if you look at his items, he doesn't have, like... He's been on the map for a while. So if he anticipates he's gonna base, why not wait for the Renekton push? Like, I know, like, the Hui gets a decent push. And at this point, you know, he can come mid, and you guys can take this wave together while he's moving, like, this way. And if it evens out, then you can kind of dip into this too, if necessary. But Renekton will move down. Like, Hui doesn't even need full commit. This guy might push. And if this guy shows, then you're going to have a 5v4 situation. Maybe even a 5v3 situation with Herald on mid. And it looks a billion times better. But it requires you to wait. They don't wait. Like, they just go right away. And what does this accomplish? Like, you're going to crash, and then you're going to dip into bot and get some vision. And, oh god, please tell me he has wards. He has 3 wards. Okay. So, Michael can place, like, 2 wards, 3 wards, and then he kind of needs to base. But at the same time, like... Dude, once you get these wards, like, so Nautilus will base, but then Vi needs to go back mid, and then Renekton needs to boost the mid play. Renekton just needs to be ready to help mid as well. And then the Hui... It's fine for him to hit bot, but like the Vi, like getting the Grom, and like they're losing control over mid, and then these guys are kind of back, like zoning you a little bit. It's really obnoxious. Oh my fucking god, that was int. Holy shit! Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even gonna replay that. The second I saw Vi cross that way, it was already so int, because they literally went into bot side, they went too deep, Vi should never be there, and now he's off trail, and they're getting zoned out of mid again, all because of their actions. Like, the way they're playing is just bad. Like, this is like not even mechanically bad, it's just like intelligence. Like, game intelligence is just not hitting. And Jackalove also lost his flash, so now he's fucked. Like, any fight, like with Or and R coming at him, he's done.
Waiting on the side in the tri-bush. Dragon is started up by BLG and already about quarter health down.
This Dragon looks hard.
He's not looking for a flank. They're looking for a front to back here.
He dipped out both to avoid the stun, but also it gives him a little bit of space. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do? I honestly do not know what they're gonna do. Oh, so do I like that Azir is moving over this way? I feel like Rek'Sai definitely should be the one looking to flank, because the champion is like not the best in a standstill, really not. Azir can DPS this, and if Renekton jumps in, like if Renekton jumps in, he is like your best deterrent of it. Like he will shove them out. Like these two have good ultis to deal with it. These two. This guy, not so much. Like, he could get knocked up too, and then he doesn't do anything. And Rek'Sai is terrible at peeling. So, I really would prefer Rek'Sai and Azir switching places. Also, Rek'Sai can also see people. Like, especially in the vision, he can see people and give knowledge.
They're looking for a front to back here. Knight was trying to find an angle. He does have
we'll see, though.
Hand shifting spear.
So now Bin has changed from being here. Like, watch how this goes, because even though I do complain, like, if this was Rek'Sai, it also would be, well, maybe this is better. Because my theory is that Rek'Sai and Azir should switch, but it is true that him moving does force, like, no flash. Like, they do need to respect this guy. This guy, like, can just flip you over, so they have to kind of run back this way a little bit. And I mean, you could say the same thing for Bin, though, because... I guess the main difference is because Bin is a tank. Like, Azir would not normally walk up this way and contest them. And Jean can't be the one to do it either, because, like, if he dies, like, they just lose the dragon. So because he's the one doing this, even though, like, he could DPS this and even be ready to stop their engage, him doing this, and then Bin being a tank, lets him walk up in their faces. And now the space they have is just gonna like steadily go to here. And if they go this here, they lost the dragon. It's over. You know what? I like this more. I think I'm gonna save this as a clip.
Okay, we have ourselves.
I like this. This is actually good. I think also it's worth noting, like I said, like Rek'Sai could do this, and maybe it's the same thing. Maybe Ornn can move up, but like for whatever the case this is, I actually don't mind the way they approach this. Because then here comes Bin, he's in their faces, he's holding his knock up, and now they're popping the R, they get the oh my god, he stole the dragon? What?
And shifting sands his way over the wall. Dragon getting so low here.
Oh, the Jinx rocket Renekton steals that? Holy shit! Also, Elk took so much damage from that. Also, Elk actually invited this play. Like, if they start DPSing Bin, it really doesn't matter. And if I'm also Ornn, even though you can focus Jackie Love, Ornn should be targeting his R here. Like, you're just going for the dragon burn, you get the dragon, and then Azir is still gonna walk this way, and like Jinx is gonna have to commit towards like fighting him. And Bin might be able to live, but they're also gonna buy a ton of time, and yeah, Elk actually entered this situation. Because look, once he gets here, 369 reads it, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go on you. Wait, why did he flash that way? Okay, low key, he could have just flashed on Elk's head and killed him. Like, I actually don't know why he did this way. Maybe the reason is because he doesn't want to get hit by the Senna W that's coming at him. But this is like your best, like, if I'm doing this, he probably also flashes over it and kills Elk. And if he kills Elk, he'll kill Jean. Like, Jean won't kill him. So this is, surprisingly enough, pretty winning for BLG. And of course, you know, Jinx gets excited from them getting the damn dragon. On's dead. That doesn't do anything. Oh my god, it does do something. No fucking way. That's crazy. It turned out that way? That's crazy. What does Vi do?
The dragon was secured by 369. They actually find a big engage right back off.
What does Vi do? So On just used everything, right? So at this point, the smartest thing that Tien can do is Vi our Knight. Like, if 369 was playing well, he would have killed one, and then he would have been pressuring a second, and they would have to fall back and kill him, right? Yes, this guy could also possibly go on, but like it would be whatever. So Tien makes the wrong mistake. 369 fails in execution, and it's fine if Jinx gets R'd. It doesn't matter. Like it should not have mattered because like Vi would have been on him, but Vi just like ints. Man, Tien is just having like just one of the worst games he possibly could have. Oops. And of course, it doesn't help the fact that, you know, if you watch like Hui, so Hui gets like a fear, he gets some damage down. Oh, he fucking misses the fear.
And you just gotta aim down those shotgun iron sights and take them out one by one. BLG move their knight into flanking position and put top esports in check.
Rough. Really rough. Like, even if they lose the dragon, though, there's so many deaths, man. So many deaths. And then Jinx got nothing out of that. Renekton is 0-3. I'm just so surprised he didn't just try to flash for it.
This one I really think has shown itself as a really good team fighting tool here. Which should have some time to move on. You're not necessarily missing it if you did the fact that BLG have taken what top esports tried to approach them with in game for one and absolutely decimating them with it. It's not a close game. It is fully an advantage for BLG. You're almost 6,000 plus in the lead. How do you come back from that decision making top esports? It's really hard now. We talked about BLG as a team, very, very good holding on to a goal lead. They have a huge goal lead now. I think they still have the 100% win rate, but they lead 15 minutes. So it's that coming through from a team which has evolved to play on the same page. I think 2023, midway through spring, the core of this roster was you guys that have Knight, but how they came in to develop this team from a team over 1 every week. So one that was actually genuinely world beating. They got themselves to the finals, and now they get themselves onto the bar and force top esports to that. Back-to-back record-breaking splits for BLG.
I mean, what do you do? What do you actually do? And so here's the thing. Am I wrong on them not taking Rumble? I do feel like if they had Rumble, like Rumble Ornn, They would have cooked the shit out of the enemy team. It's a much more forward plan, but I will say that the Rek'Sai is quite safe. The only difference is that 369 can actually make plays. But like, what do you do here? Like, honestly, like, seriously, what do you do? Like, if you start even from 20 minutes, it's like you're camping one time on top. Boy pushes out bot. You have no vision. Bin is doing, so they're doing 2-1 lane control, right? 2-1 lane control. And then they just fall in, because, like, who cares about bot wave? And yeah, they get it. Like, what do you do?
Oh man, what is it with other people securing objectives? It doesn't matter though. BLG, they would have forced top esports into a fast fight all the same. They get the objective, they get themselves the kills. They're gonna start once again just turning the screws. And top esports, they gave them a good fight that last time around.
At the end of the day, that's just the game. That's literally just the game. You can't do anything. Who would I even give MVP to in this game?
There is no safe place for top esports. They continually go over. BLG are showing no mercy.
It's not Elk. It actually might be Jun. I wonder if it's Jun for this game. I need to think about it. It might be him. It's definitely Cream for for Tess, if anything. Alright, so MVP, I'm pretty sure it's Jun for this game. I think he played it. He did what he needed to do, and Elk followed him quite often, and at the end of the day, it worked out. It literally worked out. I think on the other side, it's probably Kareem, honestly. It probably is him. If you're gonna do someone on test, it's probably him. But outside of that, like it'd be Elk again, maybe. Maybe On. Just because On, like, he did hold down the fort in a way. In a little bit of a way he did. Nah, what am I saying? It'd be Knight. You definitely would throw Knight in here, because Knight also had a pretty reasonable game. Yeah, Jun. It's game 2, guys. Let's keep it chugging.